everybody doing on Sunday night?
I was watching the Super Bowl.
Everybody was watching the Super Bowl, right? Or the majority? Guys, understand this. We all here are champions. It is not a coincidence that we come here for the past 8 months to do TNT, and I'm constantly yelling at the top of my lungs, going home without a voice at night, screaming into your souls that you guys are champions. Because I am trying to embed that into your spirits, so when you go home and you leave TNT, ultimately you feel like a champion and that you can conquer the world in whatever goal that you set for yourself. Woo! Now, this is how I'm going to tie in the Super Bowl. On a serious note, I got on my Facebook feed, and if anybody truly knows me, I don't spend a lot of time on social media because I have so many business opportunities right now that I get on it in the morning and at night. Adrian and I did not watch the majority of the Super Bowl. We had it playing in the background. We chose to work during those hours. Why? Because we had the choice to watch the Super Bowl for 6 hours. What do you get out of watching a football game for 6 hours? Nothing. Chicken wings, that's it. But guys, when you watch this, one of my mentors taught me this. There's no redeemable value in something like a football game. Yes, we all deserve entertainment. We all need it. The human soul needs entertainment from time to time so we don't go crazy. But I looked at Adrian that night, and we had the choice. Because Sunday is our day off. We run so many business opportunities that sometimes we need a day off. But I looked at her and I said, hey, do you want to watch the Super Bowl? Everybody else is doing it, right? She said, no, let's go work. Because we have a lot more of our goals to accomplish. I'm going to leave y'all with that thought. Because when it comes to spending time on Facebook, Instagram, spending $200 on some Michael Jordan sneakers, or watching a 6-hour football game, that is what you call a term. And if you do not know this term, go on to Google tonight and research it. There's no redeemable value, which means you don't get anything back from spending that time. You guys have to understand this. There are millions and millions and millions of people that spend useless hours on the computer or on their cell phones just all day, and they're wondering why they're broke, they're sad, depressed, and alone. And it's going to make a lot of people mad that I'm saying this right now, but it's something that you might need to hear, because all that cell phone is doing while you're doing this all day long, double tap, while you're doing that, it's costing you money. The cell phone company loves you. Keep doing that. You're keeping those fools in business.
Keep going right up.
And their service is going to go up, and they're going to charge you more money by spending more time. You want to save money? Get off of it. You guys have goals? Write them down. Go spend time doing them. Now, I'm not trying to upset anybody, but as soon as my mentor passed along this knowledge to me, it opened up my life. As soon as I started turning off the cell phone and I started going outside and I started communicating with people, do you think I would have met Clarissa and Mike and built our loving friendship behind a cell phone? No, we had to build a boot camp, which I was scared to do, but Adrian forced me into it because it was a call into action. This is not action. So once we started the boot camp, 2 people came. And look at that. Look at how we've grown. Same thing with Shaq. He was sitting on a stage. Do you think I would have met Shaq doing this? And now, if we were choosing to do that one day, we would have lost 3 incredible great friends and a lot more. Now, I'm not telling you how to run your life, but the other thing that I will send you home with is this. I am the king of controversy because I am blunt as all could be because my mentor was blunt to me and it saved my life. The other thing that truly upset me is when after the game was over, at whatever time it was, I was like, all right, we're getting ready for bed. Let's lay down. And I decided to pull out my phone. Let's see what my friends are doing. Feed after feed after feed. It was people cursing at each other. It was people posting pictures of giving middle fingers to people. It was dropping F-bombs. It was being completely inappropriate. And it took, what upset me was I played football. I played football. I have a passion for the game. But when you take a game that I love, and I did for many years, you take that game that was a blessing from God, and you go on your news feeds, and you start bleep this, bleep that person if he's a fan. And I can say this because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. And if any of y'all watch football, they're not too hot right now. But the Atlanta Falcons, so y'all can understand, because hypocrites would love to come up to me and go, oh, you're a Falcons fan. You don't understand. You were in the Super Bowl. If my team was in the Super Bowl, I would conduct myself in a professional manner. And even if we lost, you go up to your opponent and you shake their dang hand.
Yeah.
And I'm a fan. I am a fan of the Florida State Seminoles. And it made me disgusted. Don't even hate, people. The games were nowhere to be found this year. They were nowhere. But as a Florida State fan, how upset was I when I saw my own team get beat fairly and they chose just to walk off the field? That made me upset because this was a school I was going to go to and this is a school that I rep. And I'm going to teach our children to represent. And this is what they do. So before you go into your news feeds, and I will point the finger at anybody, including myself, you guys have to understand this. The World Wide Web, Mike talked about your mouth being probably the #1 worst weapon on the planet. The World Wide Web is probably #2.
Yeah.
And their 10-year-old daughter comes up to me and she's like, Taz, I really like some of your pictures. You know, am I following you? And we start exchanging names on Instagram. I'm like, this 10-year-old girl got an Instagram. I'm like, what in the world? But that just opened up my mind during the football game and seeing how you guys were posting stuff on Facebook. How would you react and feel if a 10-year-old girl was seeing this stuff? How do you think that that's going to teach the next generation coming up? And if some of you guys were doing this stuff, you know who you are. I don't need to pick on you or anything. You have to take the responsibility on opening a book. We have to take the responsibility on asking ourselves, how do we want our social media accounts to look like? Mine, every single day, I make the choice to have a social media site, mainly for business, but I want people to come onto my accounts and get inspired. I want them to go onto my accounts and not see a whole bunch of profanity. Why? What does that better the universe? How does that better the world? By seeing people with their Patriots gear on flipping birds at Seahawks fans. Why? Does that make you feel good? Like, let's go old school for a second. I don't know how y'all were brought up, but my parents told me, do unto others as what you would want done unto you. So when you're repping your Patriots, your Falcons, your Seahawks, your Ducks, whatever you like, your company. Before you rep your company, I'm repping a multi-billion-dollar company. What would it look like if I went onto my website and started flashing birds at other nutrition companies. But the World Wide Web, guys, is open to everything. So I hope that you guys got something out of tonight, because your accounts, yours, everybody that has a Facebook, an Instagram, a website, Pinterest, whatever it is, if you think people are not watching you, my daughter probably is. And that will upset me if I go into your accounts and I see y'all flipping birds. And I'm gonna call you, and you will not like what I say to you. So guys, we had a lot of fun tonight. So let's end this right. Mind right, attitude right. When you go onto your Facebooks or your Instagrams or whatever you have, before you post something that you think is funny and cute, think about the example that you're setting for the generation coming up. Is this really how you want them to enter the world? I know we have a lot of improving to do, so I'm going to set the tone. And I hope that a lot of you would follow.
We are champions on 3. We go 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3.
We are champions.
1, 2, 3.
We are champions.
1, 2, 3.
We are champions.